Sony backed down to Helldivers 2 player demands, officially reneging on their policy announcement that would require Steam players to link their Steam account to a PlayStation Network account in order to play the game beginning in June. This is a huge victory for gamers and players in general, specifically of Helldivers 2. Before we get to this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at the Trent Report. Rolled this up over at thatparkplace.com this morning, and Sony posted this message at midnight Eastern time on May 6th. So 9, I guess, at night over there for people on the West Coast. But it says here, Helldivers fans, we've heard your feedback on the Helldivers 2 account linking update. The May 6th update, which would have required Steam and PlayStation Network account linking for new players and for current players beginning May 30, will not be moving forward. We're still learning what is best for PC players, and your feedback has been invaluable. Thanks again for your continued support of Helldivers 2, and we'll keep you updated on future plans. So huge victory, but I think it has come at the cost of Helldivers 2's reputation. I think it has come at the cost of Sony's continued descent into bad brand recognition. But big victory still here. But I think there has been significant damage done. We also have this here from Helldivers 2 CEO Johan Pilestedt. He's reacting to the PlayStation post. He says, firstly, I'm impressed by the willpower of the Helldivers 2 community and your ability to collaborate. Secondly, I want to thank our partners and friends at PlayStation for quickly and effectively making the decision to leave PlayStation Network linking optional. We together want to set a new standard for what a live game is and how developers and community can support each other to create the best game experiences. So if you're not sure exactly what's happening here, Sony posted this update a couple days ago saying that they would indeed require Steam players, PC players, to link their Steam account to their PlayStation Network, to a PlayStation Network account. It said, due to technical issues at the launch of Helldivers 2, we allowed the linking requirements for Steam accounts to a PlayStation Network account to be temporarily optional. That grace period will now expire. Account linking plays a critical role in protecting our players and uploading the values of safety and security provided on PlayStation and PlayStation Studios games. This is our main way to protect players from griefing and abuse by enabling the banning of players that engage in that type of behavior. It also allows those players that have been banned the right to appeal. As such, as of May 6th, all new Helldivers 2 players on Steam will be required to connect their Steam account to a PlayStation Network account. Current players on Steam will start to see the mandatory login for May 30th and will be required to have linked a Steam and PlayStation account by June 4th, and then provided instructions on how to link a PlayStation Network account with a Steam account. So I think this does beg the question, this new rollout is, well, how are they going to be protecting Helldivers 2 players' safety from griefing and abuse? And how does this allow? How are they going to be able to ban players that engage in that type of behavior now? Because remember, that is the reasoning. We just read it here. That is the reasoning that they provided in this initial policy update that they are now not going to be rolling out, which is good news. They should not be rolling out. But I do think it begs the question as to if this was the reasoning, how are they going to be doing this now? I don't know. I don't think that was the reason, but that was the reasoning they gave, and I think we should still press them on that. As for how Helldivers 2 players were making their voices known, well, a lot of them were leaving the game. So you can see here Steam charts. You can see there was kind of a general decline, obviously, from February, but there was a pretty big dip here beginning on when they rolled this out. Was it May 5th or whatever, May 4th? I think. So the peak concurrent dipped over 20,000 players in just 2 days since the policy was announced. SteamDB reports on Sunday, May 5th, peak concurrent only topped up at 95,781. So it actually dropped below 100,000. I think it was at like 119 when the day it was announced, and then it kind of declined from there. And you can kind of see that right here with peak concurrent, looking at a 3-month time lapse of the game's performance on Steam. Players also bombarded the game with negative reviews on Steam. This is from SteamDB. On May 3rd, following the announcement, it received 62,477 negative reviews and only 252 positive reviews. On May 4th, the negative reviews increased to 114,303. There were no positive reviews. The negative reviews climbed even higher on May 5th, that was yesterday, Sunday, to 154,651 negative reviews. I mean, you can see the negative reviews were coming in. More and more people were realizing what's going on. But since the policy has gone into effect, the game has received now 96,750 reviews. So gamers are reversing their review scores on Steam, given the change in policy already. But I think it might be too late for some people. We have this this post here because this is another way people were letting their voices heard. They were requesting refunds, and one of them seems to have actually gotten through. This is over from Helldivers 2 Media. It's a kind of a fan account for Helldivers 2. They share a bunch of Helldivers 2 news, and they share the screenshot here that shows that a person requested a refund, saying Sony has retroactively changed how the game works and forced legal agreements upon me I do not accept. Steam accepted the refund even with the player having over 97 hours played in the game. So I think there were a lot of refunds being requested going on. I think that Sony had to, I think they were kind of almost, their hand was forced to acquiesce to gamers because they were killing this game, absolutely killing the game. Massive negative amount of reviews. The player base was dropping off a cliff. We saw 20,000 peak concurrent decline from May 3rd to May 5th, just over 2 days. Huge decline. People were clearly uninstalling the game. People were asking for refunds. I think I talked about this in a previous video. I think there might have potentially been some kind of fiduciary duty that Sony would need to address, and that account linking was not them maybe staying true to that fiduciary duty for their shareholders. Clearly, they were about to lose a ton of revenue, and I think they probably have. Like I said, even though that they have kind of reversed their policy, which I think is great news, is a huge win. I think they've tarnished their reputation even further. I think Arrowhead Game Studios and the Helldivers 2 dev team has tarnished their reputation. We saw a bunch of nasty comments from their community managers saying that negative feedback wouldn't matter. Initially, they were mocking players for deriding the change and not being happy with it. And I think there was just kind of a lot of things that didn't really add up coming from them as well, as far as the timeline and everything with the account linking and how they were trying to portray that. So I think there is still some massive repercussions that they are going to face, but I do think this is a positive step in winning back players and gamers. But I still think they have a long ways to go to win back some people that have probably uninstalled the game, moved on, and just are not interested in what they have to offer, given the fact that they did this in the first place. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable to each other, but to always speak the truth.